You know those times when you want to cook a baked potato, but you don't have an hour or an hour and a half to spare? No worries, I've got you covered. I'm Jan Howell and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to show you how you can cook a potato fast. In this DIY sewing tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can make a microwaved baked potato bag. You can have the best baked potato cooked up in 4 to 8 minutes, depending on how many potatoes you put in this bag. You can cook potatoes, sweet potatoes, other vegetables, and even corn on the cob. These bags are super easy to make and quick to make, and they also make really fun gifts. Get out your sewing machine and let's make a potato bag. Let's go over the materials and items that you'll need. You'll need some cotton fabric, one for the outside and one for the lining. It needs to be 100% cotton. These are going in the microwave and you don't want anything melting. You'll also need 100% cotton thread. You'll need a pair of fabric scissors, or I like using a rotary cutter and a rotary mat and ruler. It just helps keep things square and straight cuts. You need a measuring tape, some fabric clips that I really like, or you can of course use straight. You'll need an iron and an ironing board, and of course your sewing machine. This wrap and zap. I will put a link in the description below where you can get this. The thing is if you go to buy cotton batting at the fabric store or the quilting store, I've looked on labels before and they say that it's 100% cotton, but there is a small percentage of a polyester or some other kind of fiber that's not cotton. So we don't want anything going in the microwave that is going to melt. This stuff is easy to buy. Most fabric stores have it, or you can get it online. Now I have the pattern and the instructions printed out for those who like to do that. I will put a link in the description below where you can get that. If you want to give these bags as a gift, the PDF downloadable pattern also comes with a gift tag that has all the instructions on it. You can find that on my website, youmakeitsimple.com. I have cut out 2 pieces of fabric, one for the outer and one for the lining. 22 inches by 11 inches, and I've also cut out the batting at 22 inches by 11. Start by taking the batting, place it down, take your lining piece and place the right side facing up on top of the batting, lining up the edges and the corners. Now take the outer fabric, place it right side facing down on top of the lining, and then pin or clip this in place. We are going to leave a 3-inch opening so that we can turn it right side facing out when we're finished sewing. What I like to do is take straight pins and place them where in that place where I need to leave open. Then when I come to those the pins, it will remind me to stop and leave this open. And then I just use clips, or you can use pins all the way around. All right, we're going to sew all the way around, leaving this place open. I'm going to start here, back stitch, sew all the way around, and back stitch here. I'm going to back stitch a few stitches. When I come to the corners, if you need to turn your hand wheel a couple times to get that stitch where it needs to be, go ahead and do that. I'll lift up my presser foot and pivot it and continue sewing. Grab your scissors and clip the corners, making sure you're not cutting into the seam. And you can turn it on the back side to see if there's any excess. I am going to trim up a little bit of that seam allowance. Get your point turner. These little gadgets are real handy. Reach in between the two fabrics, not between the fabric and the the batting to turn that. Take your point turner, poke out those corners. Get your iron heated up, and we're going to press the edges and press that little opening we made under, so it's the same seam allowance as the rest of that edge. I am loving this new iron. See how that works? You touch it and use your iron, and there's so many times where I just get so frustrated because I have to reach over, put my iron down, flip it up so it's not burning my fabric. This new iron was my little treat that I've been saving up for, and I love it. So I'm just tucking those edges over like that, and I'll press it. And I am going to put a little clip there. So you want to roll the seam open as much as possible, and I find that just putting a shot of steam over the area, it makes the fabric kind of grippy so that you can roll it out instead of licking your finger. Before you sew the sides up, go to the sewing machine and top stitch 1/8 of an inch from the edge on just the short edges. Now a trick so that you don't have the thread bunching up on the underside when you're top stitching, grab the bobbin thread and the needle thread and just hold it for the first couple stitches. Now our seam allowance is 1/8 of an inch. On my presser foot there are 2 little red lines that will guide me for that 1/8 inch. So I'm holding on to my threads. I'm going to bring my presser foot down and put those lines where they need to go. I'm going to back stitch a few stitches. Take a few back stitches. Clip your threads. As you can see, there's no bunching up on that stitching. So much nicer than having all those bunched up threads, and it will happen if you don't hold those threads when you start. Get your measuring tape and have it handy, and face the lining side up. Fold the bottom end up 8 inches. Just make sure that that's even on both sides. Yep. Clip it in place. And then you'll fold the top edge over 3.5 inches. The ends will overlap about 1 to 1.5 inches. Let's see, 3.5 right there. And all there is left to do is sew down the sides. When you get to the edge of the overlap, or this flap edge, backstitch a few times, because this is going to be an area of the bag that's going to get stressed, and we'd want to make sure that that seam is nice and sturdy. So there you have it. Wasn't that simple? And these work like a charm. Let's go over how to use your microwave bags. You'll want to wash your vegetables, your potatoes. I'm putting in 4 of these potatoes, these small potatoes. I've done up to 5. Or you can just do 2 big russet potatoes. Just fold that flap down and place it flap down into your microwave. Select your cooking time and start. These are approximate times, assuming the microwave is set on high. So every microwave is going to be a little bit different. 2 large potatoes or 4 to 5 small potatoes takes only 8 minutes. 2 medium sweet potatoes take 10 minutes. 2 large corn on the cobs take 6 minutes. You can heat up tortillas in 1 to 2 minutes. You can heat up rolls even in these bags. So 2 medium bread rolls, 20 seconds, biscuits for 15 seconds. If you pull them out and they're not quite done, just cook them some more at 1 minute increments until it's to your liking. These microwave bags are machine washable. Just don't use fabric softener. This method of cooking, especially if you're just cooking for 1 or 2 people, it will save you so much time. Go to my website, youmakeitsimple.com, for the complete instructions, the pattern, the downloadable PDF, and you'll find other DIY projects, recipes, and other things on there as well. I hope you liked that tutorial. If you have any comments or concerns, leave them in the comment section below. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to be reminded when I put new things up, you just go into your notifications, click on that bell, and you're set to go. Thanks so much for watching. Have fun sewing, and we'll see you in the next video.